All right, everyone. Welcome to High School Hockey Night in Tampa. It's our final weekend here at the TGH Iceplex, the official training facility of the Tampa Bay Lightning. So glad to have you aboard. Made some adjustments to the picture essentially. So if you're watching on YouTube, hit that little gear button at the bottom, the settings, to change it to HD. Because we're full 1080 HD that I'm doing tonight for this one. So we'll see how this one goes, and hopefully this one and more will be having more of those going on. So. All right. So we're getting underway here in a moment. The teams are taking the ice. So it looks like it is Villagran Vikings, I believe. I'll double check in a minute. Just put it on my tab. All right, sorry about that, folks. I had a fan stop by and get interrupted for a second. Just bear with me and we'll be back on track here. I'll tell you in a second. I think anyway, I'll tell you who's who in a minute. I apologize. So it's Kelly's Heroes. It's in the black. It'll be Villagran Vikings in the white tonight. This game has second place implications for Kelly's Heroes. If they win tonight, they will retain sole possession of second place. If they lose and Top Shelf wins, they flip-flop. Kelly's Heroes drops to third. Top Shelf will move up to second place. So with that, let's go through the lineups, or the actual, not lineups, but let's go through the who's what where very quickly. So in terms of roster, that's what I was trying to get out of my mouth. Sorry, I'm behind and everything's a rush, so my apologies for the delay there. So roster-wise for Kelly's Heroes, it's Rory Harrell, Brent Lucero, Colton Murray, Kane Otterbacher, Colton Caputo, Wyatt Smith, Lars Burkhart, Sawyer Smith, Lane Gonzalez, Xander Perkarst, Christopher Iannicelli, McCartney Schaefer, Ryan Eichler, and Ryan Doobie. For Villagran Vikings, you have Ronan Donnelly, Jonathan Hingle, Aiden Burns, Kiera Rivera, Jacob Centarlis, Nicholas Thielander, Quincy Walker, Luke Lamont, Jay Rivera, Gannon Gurley, Ethan Nichols, Max Pavlik, Lauren Himes, Gatlin Giesler, Colin Carroll, and Rocco Reed. Again, so we changed the resolution, that's what I was trying to think of earlier, tonight to 1080p, so make sure you check that out. If you go down to the gear on, if you're watching on YouTube, which is the only place you can watch, there's a little gear at the bottom of the window there. You'll see it. If you click that and switch it to 1080p, the resolution will be much, much better. As you can see here, much clearer. So we're going to go through this tonight. Hopefully it'll go well. So far everything's looking good in terms of no start stop of the broadcast, so which is a positive. Minute 25 to go in the warm-ups. Very quickly tonight on the Hockey Sports Network, it's Villagran Vikings and Kelly's Heroes coming up at 7:15. Following that's going to be Ice Bulls and Sharks Blue, and then we'll round out tonight with Panthers Black and Sharks Gray. Now I've lined up potentially 2 interviews tonight. One with Kane Otterbacher, and the other with Jerry Wilkerson. So Jerry is the goalie for Riverview Sharks. So that's blue and gray. And Kane plays for Kelly's Heroes. So a little bit of delay on getting Kane here so we could do the interview. But he's here, he's on the ice, and we'll try to get him in between games after this one's over. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Hockey Sports Network. Our final Friday night, that is, the spring season. Again, the second place implications. If Kelly's Heroes loses and Top Shelf wins, Top Shelf will take second place. But if Kelly's Heroes wins, they solidify second place. Of course, the Vikings are in fourth. They must win to retain sole possession of fourth place. Later on tonight, like I said, you'll see the Ice Bulls following this one and Sharks Blue. And then the last game of the night is Sharks Gray and Plant Black. So you heard the buzzer sound. The teams are getting their pucks together and trying to keep the shaking out as much as possible of this. So there's a lot of vibration also because of a lot of folks walking back and forth on the second level here. And in the media booth, it's very easy to have vibrations, which I'm not moving right now. As I'm just talking, you can see it's shaking just a little bit. So won't be able to take it completely out of it, but hopefully it'll be a good broadcast for everybody on our final night of high school hockey night in Tampa, spring season. This fall, we're working to bring great high school hockey action to you. It'll be here at the Iceplex as well as other locations, and then we're also doing youth hockey. So that'll be we'll have more coming out on that in partnership with the Iceplex here and youth director and coach Ryan Cronin. So really looking forward to that as you go back and check other videos that we did this year with the championships of 10U, 12U, and 14U. Some great finishes, and especially the 10U was absolutely fantastic. Went to overtime, and overtime winner as well. So make sure you check that out. And over the summer, we'll be doing some shorts videos, some montages and things like that, just to keep things fresh, keep you engaged in the Hockey Sports Network. Next week will probably be our last our last Ice Time in the Barn podcast until the fall, but more to come. That may change, but just keep your eye out. Hit that notification bell on YouTube, and you'll get notified when we upload a video or go live. So I think, and I'm pretty confident that Kane Otterbacher is the dude in red. I'm saying dude. Anyways, a friend of the network. But Kane's the red number 2, I'm pretty certain. So you're going to have Parkhurst, mystery player here nearest to us. And I'll tell you the rest of the lineup in a minute. You got Burns, Nicholas. All I can see is Burns for the Vikings right now. Burns, Santarlis, and I'll get to the rest in a moment. Parkhurst approaches Parker. Pass ahead, cut off by Kane. Kane has it, taken away by Parker. Parker takes it into the Kelly's Hero zone. Maintains control in the corner. Lucero's with him. Stick lifts. Tries to take it away. Pass over to Jay Rivera. Front side score! And that was Burns with a quick backhanded goal with 11:28. So 32 seconds in the game, and the Vikings are on top. 1-0. So Santarlis is still on the ice. Looks like Burns is as well. I believe that's Rocco Reed. Mr. Player in the white, not sure who that is for the Vikings. And we'll get to the rest in a minute. As the puck goes into the zone, Reed has it, passes it over to Mystery Player, lets it go. Rivera has it, dekes around to Kelly's Heroes. And last one, Parkhurst. Burkhart's right there along with Smith. That is, I'll tell you who that is in a minute. Pass behind the net. Centarlis and Burns right there along with Parkhurst. Parkhurst has it, trying to bring it up the ice. Puts it ahead. Oops, sorry about that, folks. I need 4 hands, I think. Anyway, Burns in the corner. There, Rivera now has it. It was kicked out front. Reed is right here in front of us. Shot goes up off the glass, and I promise I will do a better job of camera work. My apologies. So we're going to have a face-off. I think it's going to be over to the right side of Ethan Jones. Of course, Logan Shave is in the goalie, is in the net for the Vikings. So you got Thielander and Parker. Thielander, puck just gets past him. Murray is trailing. Pass over to Parker. Back to Thielander. Back behind his back shot to Lamont out front. Wyatt Smith has it, passes it over. And that gets out ahead. That's going to be icing on Gonzalez, as there was nobody that got to it, and so he tried to pass ahead to Murray, and not in time for Murray to get there. So Kier Rivera will take the face-off. Lamont, Thielander, Pavlik, and Parker on the ice for the Vikings. Kane Otterbacher, Gonzalez. The puck's in the corner. Lamont has it, passes out to Thielander. Gets past him. Sorry, Walker, not Parker. My apologies. Walker has it, passes over to Thielander. Thielander back out front, cut off by Kane. Kane trying to reset. Pass ahead. Out front, Walker cuts it off from Murray. Mystery player's out there now on the ice. Pass goes behind the net. Pass out front to Lamont. Puck comes ahead to Kier Rivera, dumps it in. Gonzalez back out front to Murray, and then over to Kane Otterbacher. Kane cuts across. Over to mystery player. Puck goes behind the net. Rocco Reed's right there along with Murray. Centarlis pushes it out. Puck is right in front of us. Gonzalez shoots wide right. Himes is right there on the ice. Another blue liner. So is Ronan Donnelly. Pass ahead by, it's going to be icing on Centarlis, as was out of the reach of Ronan. And so the puck will come back down here. I believe it's going to be to the left of Shave.
53 is Gannon Gurley. He's just missing his white jersey. Gannon Gurley will be...
He's the mystery player?
Yeah, he's the mystery player.
Got it. Thanks. All right, so Gurley is the mystery player. Thank you so much to Mr. Rivera. We just don't know who the mystery player is for Kelly's Heroes. All right, so Rocco Reed currently has in the corner, pushes it out front. Lucero tries to catch it. Gurley picks it up, brings it into the zone, tries to deke around. Lots of folks there to cut it off. Donnelly now has it. Resets, backhands it to Gurley. Gurley has it taken away. Pass ahead. Icing is not called, as Kelly's Heroes was there. Pass by mystery player, gets away. Lucero. Now Gurley cuts it off. Gurley ahead to Donnelly. And that puck was touched, so no icing. Lucero has it. A little bit of a line change. Vikings still lead at 1-0 here in the first period. Rivera's out there as well. Rivera takes it away. That was taken away from Harrell. Wyatt Smith is out there battling it out as well. As Sawyer is in front of the net. Pass comes out to Walker. Blocked. Goes to the corner. Pass to the middle to Donnelly. And then bounces out front. Thielander could not keep it in the zone. The puck's in front of us. We'll see where they come out with it at. Thielander does. Takes it to the zone. Shoots! Caught by Ethan Jones. And the score will remain 1-0 Vikings. Face-off will be to Jones's left. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Hockey Sports Network. Glad to have you. Hopefully everything is looking good for you on your side as we increase the resolution tonight. Kira and Kane on the faceoff against each other. Pass around behind the boards. Over to Walker. Walker has it taken away. Kane tries to come up with it, loses control. Rivera tries to push it back down. Smith's there, as well as Parkhurst. Pokes it out. Murray and Thielander on the puck. Thielander has it, goes behind the net. Tries to pass it, cut off by Otterbacher. Shot by Murray, wide right. Walker now has it behind the net. Pass ahead. Gets past Burns. Pass now over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez brings it in the zone. Cut off. Battle for it right here in front of us. Otterbacher comes out with it. Dekes around. Walker tries to deke around. Thielander cannot. Rivera's right there with it. Stick lift. Taken away. Nice job. Burns finally comes up with it as the Burkhart tries to poke it away. Pass out ahead to Schaefer. It's a battle for it in the corner. Otterbacher has it. Dekes around again. Another Vikings player brings it to the crease. Tries to go around again. Has it taken away by Lamont. That was Centarlis he deked around the first time. Lamont brings it up the ice. Pass ahead. Bounces off of Parkhurst's skates. Schaefer has it. Bring it in. Tries to pass behind. You thought Parkhurst was there. He was not. Vikings have it. Now push it into the zone. Now Parkhurst has it again. Brings it to the goal. Shoots. Blocked by Shave. Rocco tries to get it out there. Bounces off of players. Gurley comes up with it. Gurley bringing it into the zone. Has it poked away. Loses control. Picked up by Harrell. Harrell bringing it up the ice. And it gets away. Reed has it, tries to poke it out. Cut off by Parkhurst. Parkhurst tries to get to the middle. Centarlis cuts it off. That's going to come out into the neutral zone, so Kelly's Heroes have to reset. As Lucero tries to pass it ahead to Smith. That's Sawyer. Cannot. Schaefer's right there. Takes it away from Himes. Himes gets it back. Pushes it ahead to Gurley. Taken by Kiera. Shot. Wide right. Donnelly's in the crease. Over to Gurley. Sawyer Smith takes it away, but Kiera's right there to take it back. Parkhurst picks it up. Passes ahead to mystery player for Kelly's Heroes, who drives in, resets, shoots, scores, 5-hole, and ties it up 1-1 with 4:16 to go in the first period. So nice job by mystery player, whoever that is for Kelly's Heroes. Was driving in, stopped, reset, and went 5-hole. So great job there. It's going to be Burkhart, Gonzalez, mystery player, Murray, and I'll tell you the other Kelly's here in a minute. On the Viking side, it's Donnelly, along with Kiera Rivera, Walker, Thielander, and Himes. I think that's, let's see, I'm trying to figure out who the other player would have been for Kelly's Heroes, and I'll get that for you in a minute. As the puck comes out, shot on goal, blocked by Shave. That's Wyatt Smith. Pass up ahead to Donnelly. Collision right here in front of us. Gets away. Pass ahead by Gonzalez, picked up by Burkhart. He tries to pass to mystery player for Kelly's Heroes. Loses control. Mystery player now has it. Passes over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez bringing up the ice. Rivera right there. It's Jay, that is. Dump in by Gonzalez. Back behind the net. Thielander has it. Thielander tries to pass ahead to Jay Rivera. Cannot. Puck goes back and forth. Centarlis right there as well. Burkhart picks it up. Centarlis pokes it away. Burkhart finally gets it, backhands it behind the net. Walker now has it. Walker settles it down, brings it back around. Pass by Burns ahead to Centarlis. Gonzalez cut it off. Stick lift by mystery player on Thielander. Thielander does the same back. It's a battle for it in the corner. Murray in the corner now picked up by Burns. Burns out ahead to Jay Rivera. No icing as Rivera beat it to the middle to Burns. Shot wide left. Adebacher now has it, bounces off the boards, the near boards to us. Tries to get it to Harrell. Cut off by Reed. Reed dekes around. Gets it over to Rivera. He deked around Parkhurst, that was. Rivera in the corner. Cut off by Harrell. Gonzalez behind the net. Puck comes back around to Adebacher. Adebacher bringing it up the ice. Gets it poked away. Parkhurst has it. Centarlis is right there with him. Centarlis forces him behind the net. Pass ahead to Lucero to Parkhurst. Parkhurst to Adebacher. Adebacher just couldn't get his footing and backhands it over the goal. Minute 36 to go in the first period. No icing on that one as the puck was tipped. Lamont back, tries to cut off Lucero. Behind the net is Schaefer. Pass ahead to Harrell. Harrell bringing it in. Adebacher was heading to the crease. Now he's going to help out in the corner as the pass comes back around to Adebacher. Kane resets, dekes around Lamont, and shoots. Blocked. Stick blocked. Goes up over the net. Pass by Schaefer over to Lucero. Gurley now with Parkhurst behind the net. Gurley tries to dig it out. Kane battling out with Lamont, Parkhurst, and Gurley. Kane comes out with it behind the net. Reverses direction. Tries to toss it over top of the goal. It's caught by Gurley. Gurley passes that ahead to Lamont, just out of his reach. Schaefer picks it up. Gives it over to, I believe that's Harrell. Pass out ahead to Lucero. Parkhurst, given to Parkhurst. Now Parkhurst to the middle. Nobody there. Pavlik now picks it up off the far boards. Dumps it in. A little bit of a switch. Rivera's out there. Pass over to Lucero. Lucero to Parkhurst. Shot wide right. And that's going to be the period. So our first period ends the way it started, tied up. But it is 1-1 as we move on to period 2. Again, thanks for joining us here on the Hockey Sports Network's broadcast of High School Hockey Night in Tampa here at the TGH Iceplex, the official training facility of the Tampa Bay Lightning. I'm Ted Boggs, your commentator. Glad to have you aboard. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe on YouTube. And if you would, also go to Facebook and follow us there. We post the videos and links to the videos up on the Facebook site as well. So we try to make it as easy as possible. We're also starting a TikTok channel as well as Instagram. So make sure to look for us out there. It's going to be Hockey Sports Network. And we'll be putting out YouTube shorts, Facebook Reels, TikTok shorts, as well as, which I think that's just about all you can do on TikTok is short videos. I think it's no more than 10 minutes or something like that. That's new, so I'm trying to figure all that out. And then also Instagram will be the same thing. All right, so it's going to be Adebacher, Parkhurst, Harrell, Sawyer Smith, and I think Gonzalez for Kelly's Heroes. It's going to be Walker, Jay Rivera, Centarlis, and Kane Gonzalez shoots right off the mask of Shave. He came from Shave's left, driving in, and his helmet comes off. I think the shot actually on Logan was strong enough to knock his straps loose, so he just let that helmet come off so he could stop play and fix it. So it's Walker, Burns, Rivera, Centarlis, And Thielander currently on the ice for the Vikings. It's a face-off happen over here. Same 5 on the ice. Harrell, Smith, Sawyer, that is, Gonzalez, Parkhurst, and Otterbacher on the ice for Kelly's Heroes. Face-off won by Vikings. Battle for it in the zone, though, as Thielander tries to bring it up the ice and does into the zone. Tries to go around to the middle. Cut off. Pass to the middle. Thielander to Centarlis. That's off the pads of Ethan Jones. And the game remains tied as the puck comes out ahead to Otterbacher, who had a breakaway. He didn't touch it, which he tried to catch it and slow it down. And had he done that, it would have been him against Shave. But instead it's icing. And we're going to come all the way back down here to Ethan Jones' right for the faceoff. It's a little bit of a change. You got Reed, Gurley, Pavlik, Kira Rivera, and Lamont. You got Parkhurst, mystery player, Murray, Schaefer, and Lucero on the ice for Kelly's Heroes. And the faceoff occurs, and the Vikings win it. Gurley has it, dekes around, has it poked away to Kira. He pushes it down in the corner. Lucero backhands it. Lamont's right there with mystery player. Mystery player out ahead and cut off by Reed. Reed dumps it back in, right on goal. Ethan Jones taps it over to Lucero. Right there is Lamont battling for it. Murray comes over, tries to help. Pass to the middle, just out of the reach of the Vikings player. That's going all the way down the ice. Tapped by Logan Shave, picked up by Gurley. Gurley now trying to bring it. Dekes around a host of Kelly's Heroes. Now he tries to get past Mystery Player. Mystery Player, no penalty. And finally, there is a penalty as he was pushed into the boards. Now, just so you guys know that coming the fall, I don't know if that would be a penalty or not. It might be. We'll see. But anyway, it is a penalty here in the spring season as they're monitoring those hits pretty closely. So it's going to be Parkhurst, Otterbacher, Lucero for Kelly's Heroes, Centarlis, Burns, Gurley, Rivera, and Reed for the Vikings. Also joining Kelly's Heroes is Gonzalez, shorthanded. It's face-offs won by the Vikings. Shot by Gurley, wide left, goes over to Burns, back to the middle, blocked by Gonzalez. Back over again to Centarlis. Right there is Lucero. Back to the middle, scores! Burns, the second goal of the night. Assist goes to Centarlis, and the Vikings now lead it 2-1 on the power play goal here in the second period. So thank you, those of you who are subscribing to the channel. That helps us get sponsors and advertisers. So to help our channel grow and our capabilities, Himes has control of the puck, taken away. Down in the corner now, Harrell back with Wyatt Smith. Harrell bringing it around, bringing it up the middle here. In the corner. Thielander, Rivera, and Donnelly's right there. Pass back out to Sawyer Smith. Smith brothers are on the ice. Sawyer dekes around, goes behind the net, gets it back to the crease. Cut off by Shave and covered up. And the faceoff will be over to Shave's left with 9:40 to go in the second period and a 1-point lead for the Vikings. Again, so glad to have you aboard. Please make sure you like, share, subscribe. And thank you to our new subscriber, Miss Cessna. Really appreciate that. Faceoff is won by Kelly's Heroes technically, but there's a battle for it. Kane Otterbacher comes out with it, tries to deke around, cannot. It's cut off. Walker now is bringing it up the ice. Donnelly's trailing him along with Himes. Walker goes behind the net, looking for someone in the middle. Pass out to Thielander, gets past him. Rivera, Thielander, Parkhurst chasing it down. Parkhurst has it, shoots. Blocked by Shave. Tries to push to the middle, nobody home. cut off by Thielander. Walker now brings it up the ice. Donnelly and Himes trail him. Donnelly and Himes pass over to them, goes behind them. Adebacher tries to backhand it to a teammate. Nobody home. Harrell finally comes out with it. Pushes it behind the net. Donnelly's right there. Tries to poke it away. Puck comes up the ice again. Right in front of us. Now back down. Reed now has it behind the net. Reed bringing it down the ice. Shoots. Right on goal. Ethan Jones catches it. And it will remain 2-1 as the faceoff will occur to the left of Ethan Jones. With 8:30 to go here in the second period. It's going to be Murray, Lucero, Burkhart, Schaefer, and mystery player for Kelly's Heroes. Pavlik, Lamont, Gurley, Reed. And I'll tell you the other players in a moment. Gurley has it. Backhands off the post. That's Jay Rivera also out there. Comes up with it. Back by the net. Poked away. Gurley now has it again. Gets it down to Pavlik. Pavlik tries to get it back to Gurley. Goes behind him. And it comes out in the neutral zone. Burkhart now bringing it up the ice. Shoots wide right. It's a good idea. Schaefer has it. Keeps it in the corner. Reed's right there with him. Back out to the front. Lucero couldn't come up with it. Mystery player now has it. Dumped it down in the corner. Goes behind the net. Schaefer's there. Passes back out to mystery player. There's a penalty called on the Vikings. Lucero wide right. Goes back around to Schaefer. Schaefer over the middle. Cut off by Lamont. And we'll see if we can tell what the penalty was. This face-off should be right over there. Couldn't tell what that was, so apologies. So the Vikings will be on the penalty kill, and it's going to be Walker, Burns, Thielander, and Centarlis. Adebacher, Sawyer Smith, Parkhurst, Lucero, and Harrell on the power play to try to tie things up here in the second period with 7:38 to go. There's the face-off. Kelly's Heroes wins it. Pass over to Smith. Smith has it down in the corner. Smith back around behind the net. Smith back out front to, or I'm sorry, not Smith, my apologies. Now Sawyer has it. He tries to pass it, couldn't get a good handle on it. Burns tries to poke it away. Dump back down in the corner. Behind the net is Parkhurst. Over to Adebacher, gets away. Harrell has it. Backhands it to Adebacher. Adebacher tries to backhand it to the middle. Burns gets it, taps it ahead. That's going to be ice, or it's not icing. It was shorthanded. Sorry about that. Not used to that happening, so we don't get that a lot. Harrell behind the net. Ahead to Sawyer Smith. Gets it ahead to Parkhurst. Lucero headed towards the net, just out of his reach on the pass. Back out to Adebacher. Adebacher back down to Lucero. Gurley has it. Tries to deke around. I think that was Gonzalez. Could not. Gurley goes down pretty hard on the boards there. Has the stick taken out of his hand. Nice poke check there by Centarlis on Adebacher. Clears the zone. 38 seconds to go in the power play. No real good shots on goal for Kelly's Heroes yet. Adebacher bringing up the ice. Drives in the zone. Passes back to Parker. Shoots. Goes up off of Shave into the net. Right there to the right. And we'll have the face-off over to Shave's right. With 21 seconds to go in the power play. 5:58 to go in the period. Schaefer, Wyatt Smith, Murray, Gonzalez, and Burkhart on the power play. Centarlis, Gurley. Puck goes in the corner. And Walker out there as well. It's a battle for it. Finally goes out to the neutral zone. Wyatt over to Gonzalez. Gonzalez. He dumps it back down behind the net. Back to even strength. Walker has it in the corner. Rivera joined the ice. Centarlis now bringing it up. That was Kira that came back on the ice. Trying to keep it from being offsides. Burkhart takes it away. Brings in the zone. Tries to get it over to Harrell. Cut off by Murray. Cut off by Gurley. Gurley brings it up. And there's a penalty tripping. It's going to be called, I believe, on Murray. Oh, no, it's going to be called on, wow. Actually, maybe it's off. So he raised his hand, so it must have been a potential offsides. Shot on goal. Back behind the net. Puck comes out ahead, cut off. Walker was bringing up the ice, gets back control, shoots, blocked, wide left. Wyatt Smith and Walker on it in the corner. 4:28 to go. Ronan Donnelly goes behind the net with, I believe that was Murray. Schaefer dumps it back. It was Gonzalez. Schaefer dumps it back down again. Wyatt Smith has it in the corner. Pass out ahead. Gets past Parkhurst. He tries to get over to Harrell. Harrell now has it. Shot on goal to Logan Shea. Blocked again. Reed battling behind the net as Parkhurst tries to poke it in. Cannot. Covered up by Shave. And have a face-off right over there to Shave's right with 4:01 to go here in the second period. All right, so Jay Rivera, Pavlik, Rocco Reed, Lamont. I'll give the other player in a minute. Otterbacher shoots wide left. Sawyer Smith's out there as well as mystery player for Kelly's Heroes, Harrell. And Parker's puck goes off the far boards. Comes back out to Parkhurst. Parkhurst driving in with Otterbacher to the middle. And just poked away by Reed at the last second. Puck comes back out to mystery player. Knocked down. Rivera into the zone, into the corner. Pavlik backhands it. Sawyer Smith takes it away from Jay Rivera. Back out front. Harold dumps it out ahead to Otterbacher, who was waiting for him. Thielander stick lifts and takes it away. Puck's in the corner. Out to Sawyer Smith. Shot just over the goal. That thing floated. And I think it was tipped by Shave's glove. Back out to Sawyer Smith again. Tries to deke around. Tries to shoot. Blocked by Pavlik. Comes back down. Now Otterbacher has it over to Shave's right. Tries to bring it to the middle. Lamont cuts him off. Parkhurst now has it. Brings it around. Cut off by Reed. Great defense by... Nice job by Reed to get that out of there. That's a neutral zone. Dove on that one. What a play. To force the reset by Kelly's Heroes and a line change to give everybody a break on the Vikings side of things. Mystery player starting to bring it up. He's going to pass ahead to Otterbacher. Predicted that one. Kane was ready for it. Brings it in the zone. Walker's right there. He digs around Walker to Harrell. Blocked. Burns is in there trying to get it out of there. Does. Walker and Santarlis 2-on-1. Walker has it. Tries to get over to Santarlis. Nice job by Sawyer Smith to block that one. Puck goes over the net. Back in the corner. Battle for it. Harrell right there. As well as Santarlis. Gurley's now out there as well. Mystery player has it. Burns has a stick taken out of his hands on the pass. Rivera has it in the middle. Cut off by mystery player. Bringing up the ice. It's a 2-on-1 with a nice job by Rivera to catch up. No penalty called. Gurley has it behind the net. Otterbacher takes it away. Brings it around. Bounces off the boards behind the net. Gurley now has it. Mystery player takes it away. Burkhart picks it up. Passes back out front. That gets out of the zone into Kelly's Hero zone. Lucero's back on it. A minute to go here in the period. Santarlis is right in front of him. Pass out ahead to Burkhart. Burkhart has it poked away by Burns. Gonzalez picks it up. Schaefer's now on the gets off the ice now. Puck goes behind the net. Burkhart's there. Back to the middle. Hits the backside of the net. There's a battle for it behind the net. Comes back up front again. The defense is very stifling for the Vikings. As Gurley's taken down in the corner. No call. Otterbacher has it. As the puck come off the boards. Gonzalez backhands it. Tries to get it to Otterbacher. Cannot. Gurley and Otterbacher battling out. Otterbacher, Gurley. Finally, I think it's Gonzalez that now has it. Pass ahead to Murray. Cut off by the Vikings. Kira Rivera got it. Now it's dumped back down again. And that's the period. So the second period will end with only one goal scored, and that's on the power play by Burns. Assist goes to Centarlis, and the Vikings lead this one 2-1 as we're getting ready to move into the third period. So I hope you're liking the better resolution tonight. It also helped make the rewatch even better. Also, I will let you know that after this game's over, it might be quickly available for viewing. I'll try to get that squared away as fast as I can to make sure it's a public view as we go into the rest of the games tonight. So worst case is by the time the night's over, everything will be on track. All right, so Kelly's Heroes trail 2-1 to the Vikings as we begin the third period. Again, glad to have you aboard. If you're on YouTube, please like, share, subscribe. And subscribe being the most important thing. Likes also help. The likes, what that does is that helps it populate throughout all the folks that have similar likes as you in YouTube. So it helps grow our channel as well. If you also go on Facebook and it's Hockey Sports Network and like us there, we do have a TikTok and a Instagram channel coming. So really appreciate all that. So it's Thielander, Donnelly, Kira Rivera, Himes, and Rocco Reed for the Vikings. It's Murray, Schaefer, Gonzalez, and I'll tell you the other two in a minute for Kelly's Heroes. I think that's Wyatt Smith backing it up. Now it goes behind the net. It is Wyatt. Or I'm sorry, that was Lucero, not Wyatt Smith. Lucero. Pass ahead to Murray. And Parkhurst is the other one out there. Burkhart. Now has it. Back off the near boards to try to get it to Ronan Donnelly. Gonzalez comes out with it. Shoots off of Shave. Thielander's right there to get the rebound. Bring it out front. Himes goes down. Thielander bringing it up the ice. Pass to the middle, just out of the reach of Ronan Donnelly. And somebody cross-checking. Looks like the Vikings are going the penalty kill again. I think. Maybe not. Let's see. Well, just hold it right here for a second. It is against Kelly's Heroes. So the Vikings will be back on the power play with 11:14 to go in the third period. They lead 2-1. It's going to be Jay Rivera, Centarlis, Burns, Gurley, and Walker on the ice for the Vikings. It's going to be Otterbacher. I believe that's Parkhurst, Harrell, and Sawyer Smith for Kelly's Heroes on the penalty kill. Kane Otterbacher gets it out ahead to Parkhurst. Back is Gurley. Tries to poke it away. Cannot. Shot wide right. And Rivera now has it. Resetting. Oh, he loses he tries to get it over to Gurley. Cannot. Otterbacher comes down the middle to try to get it. Gets away, goes to the boards. Centarlis and Walker right there. Pass comes finally over to Rivera. Rivera settling it down. Over to Gurley. Back to Rivera. Rivera bringing it out front. Passes out ahead to Burns. Right here in the neutral zone. Tries to dump it in. Cut off by Sawyer Smith. Puck goes behind the nets. Harrell and Centarlis are there. Jay Rivera comes down, battling out with Harrell behind the net. Rivera comes out with it. Drives around, shoots, and almost the rebound gotten by Santarlis. Cannot. Rivera, back out to Rivera, shoots. One-timer by Gurley, back behind the net. Puck, they try to pass it out, and Adebayo and Rivera battling for it all the way through. Adebayo tries the backhand, blocked by Shave. What a job. And it remains 2-1. Reed bringing up the ice. Poked away. Harrell comes up with it. Gurley takes it away. Gurley dekes around Sawyer Smith. Sawyer Smith pokes it away just at the last second. Nice job by Sawyer. Gurley still deking around and Sawyer battling with Sawyer. Finally ahead to Adebayo, who goes down. Poked away by Santarlis over to Reed. Reed dumps it. As they do a line change, Lamont and Kiera Rivera come out as the penalty is over. Harrell brings it up, shoots right in Shave's mask. And that's where he'll catch it, is in the mask. And it is a 2-1 game still. Vikings in the lead. On the ice for Kelly's Heroes is Schaefer. I'll give you the rest in a moment. Looks like Burkhart, Murray, Lucero, and Wyatt Smith. Looks like, I'll tell you who's all out there for the Vikings in a moment. Face-off won by the Vikings. Lamont tries to poke it in the neutral zone, cannot. Pass over to Wyatt Smith, now back over to, and that's going to be icing. Oh, they wave it off as Thielander and Harrell were right there. Puck out front, gets out to Lamont. Lamont driving to the middle, pass to the middle. Pavlik's there, cut off by Burkhart. Burkhart bringing it up the ice. Tries to get around Thielander, does to the middle to Schaefer. Schaefer couldn't get a stick on it for a full shot. Finally, Murray comes out with it, tries to deke around, has it poked away. Lamont tries to bring it up. Burkhart cuts him off and loses a stick as a couple incidental hits there. Finally, Shaver comes out with it. Lamont's right there with him to the crease. Could not come up with a shot. Wyatt Smith shoots, blocked by Lamont. It's a quick change as it's dumped in for both sides. So it's going to be Walker, Gurley, Donnelly, Himes. Pass ahead to Himes, cut off by Otterbacher. Kane bringing it back around. Mr. Player's out there with him, tries to get over to him, goes between his skates. This pass comes up ahead to Lucero. Gurley tries to bump him. That goes back in the neutral zone, so Kelly's Heroes have to reset. Mr. Player has it. Tries to bring it in. Gets around Gurley. Burns has it. Back around to Gurley. Burns now bringing it up the ice. Burns has the two goals tonight for Vikings. He's going for number 3. Caught out of the air by Ethan Jones. And it remains a 2-1 game. And we'll see where they do the face-off here. I believe it's going to be to the left of Ethan Jones. So it's Otterbacher, Mystery Player. I believe that's Parkhurst, Harrell, and Gonzalez out there for Kelly's Heroes. It's Burns, Donnelly, Gurley, Reed, and Himes out there for the Vikings. Face-off won by the Vikings. Shot by Reed. Goes up out of play. And let's see where they do the face-off. As the puck comes back in, it'll be the same place to the left of Ethan Jones. Same 5 on the ice for both teams. And there's the face-off won by the Vikings. Reed has it, trying to reset. Harrell's chasing him down. Back out front here, we can't quite see. Then finally, Himes comes out with it. Tries to dump it down to the goal. Blocked by Parkhurst. Or I'm sorry, not Parkhurst, but Gonzalez. Mystery Player has it. Over to Gonzalez. Pass back out front to the Mystery Player. Mystery Player brings it up the ice. And tries to deke around Gurley. Cannot. Burns trying to get it out of there. There's a battle for it. Parkhurst hits it off the near boards. Rocco Reed Tries to dump it out. Kicked by the mystery player. Parkhurst now has it. Burns is trailing him, trying to keep him away. Pass out front. Gurley goes down in front to block it. Does. 6:06 to go in the period. Comes back around to Jay Rivera. Rivera now bringing up the ice with Donnelly trailing him. Shot goes up out of the rink as it's blocked by mystery player. And the faceoff will happen to the right of Ethan Jones with 5:55 to go in the third period. Again, coming up next is Sharks Blue and Bloomingdale. Ice Bulls. That'll be our second game. Our third game of the night will be the Sharks Gray and Panthers Black. Faceoff's won by Murray. Chases it down, but Vikings come out with it. Pass ahead to Lamont by Thielander. Lamont over to Centarlis. That gets away, poked away by Ethan Jones. Puck comes up the ice. Now Burkhart and Lamont. Burkhart slows it down. Still battling for it in the corner. Walker's right there as well. Walker comes out with it. He's trying to get that insurance goal. Centarlis trailing in the middle. Battle for it in the corner. Rivera has it. Tries to get it back out. It'll come in the neutral zone, and the Vikings have to reset. But here comes Murray. Nice job by Thielander to kind of reset there. Pass ahead to Walker. Walker bringing it up the ice. Pass to the middle. Rivera shoots, scores! And their lead is now 3-1 on the one-timer by Rivera. So the Vikings lead this one by 2 with 4:56 to go in the third period. It's going to be Centarlis, Pavlik, Walker. I'll tell you who else in a minute. Adebacher, Harrell, Parkhurst, Sawyer Smith, Gonzalez. And we'll see who the other one is. Player is, it is Wyatt Smith, or no, Lucero. Sorry, I'm getting all the names wrong because I'm trying to guess them before I can actually tell. So Rivera and Parkhurst battling it out. Adebacher finally comes away with it in the neutral zone, drives, dekes around, shoots, up and over the glass, backhanded. And it remains a 3-1 game as the faceoff will probably be, actually they're going to do it out front here since it went out of the zone for some reason. They're going to do it right here in front of us with 4:33 to go. It's going to be Adebacher, Harrell, Parkhurst, I believe Lucero and Gonzalez still on the ice. It's Rivera, Burns, Centarlis, Gurley, and Reed. Adebacher has it, trying to bring it in the zone. Tries to deke around, cannot. Gets a shot off, it goes behind the net. Burns and Adebacher battling for it. Adebacher comes out with it, trying to make something happen. Gets away. Rivera now has it. Adebacher trailing him, trying to poke it away. Rivera shoots off the pads of Ethan Jones. Back around behind the net by Gonzalez. Burns comes up with it, dumps it back down to Centarlis. Gonzalez comes out with it, passes ahead to Parkhurst. Parkhurst bringing it into the zone. Gives it back to Adebacher. Tries to bring it to the middle. Cut off by Burns. Burns takes it away. Tries to pass it to Rivera. Hits the skates. And that's going to allow a quick change as icing occurs. With 3:45 to go. And the faceoff will be over to the left of Logan Shaves. That's Gurley, Reed, Rivera. That's Kira. Hyams. And Centarlis. For the Vikings, it's going to be Parkhurst, mystery player, Adebacher, and I think Harrell. And it is Harrell over to mystery player. Back to Adebacher. Adebacher has it in the corner. Harrell's in the middle. He tries to deke around, kicked out of there. That's high sticking on, and they wave it off as the Vikings touch it. Pass up to Harrell by Sawyer Smith. Harrell shoots off the pads of Shave. What a job he's done tonight back there on a couple really tough shots. Reed battling it out right there. Comes out. Parkhurst comes out with it. Brings it around. Tries to go to the other side. Reed's right there to keep him away. Pass out front to Kane. Kane has it knocked away. That comes out of the neutral zone. And picked up by Sawyer Smith. Hyams right there. Pass ahead to Harrell. Harrell dumps it in. Mystery player now has it. Parkhurst trailing him. Taken away by Gurley. Still a battle for it. Gurley finally pokes it in the zone. Gurley has it on a breakaway. Gurley against Jones. She scores 5-0. And it's now 4-1. Villagran Vikings with 2:29 to go. So coming up at some point tonight, we should have 2 interviews, one with Kane Otterbacher for the Stick and Puck Spotlight, and also with Jerry Wilkerson, goalie for the Sharks. So it's going to be Schaefer, Burkhart, Gonzalez, Wyatt Smith, and I think Murray. There was a penalty on Gurley, though. So, they did not count the goal. So, not sure what happened. I don't know if this his they did count the goal. Sorry, they did count it, but I think he got penalized on his celebration at the end when he slid across the ice. Gonzalez shoots, blocked by Donnelly. Poked away by Gonzalez before Donnelly could control it. Walker now has it behind the net. Burkhart's trailing him. Lamont comes around, pass out to Donnelly, gets away, picked up by Wyatt Smith, dump back down in again. Walker picks it up as icing is waved off. Walker brings it around. 1:47 to go in the game. 1:14 to go in the power play for Kelly's Heroes. Pass ahead, cut off by Wyatt Smith. Walker picks up the deflection, drives it in, back to Thielander, wide left, over the net. Puck comes up ahead by Schaefer. Schaefer has it poked away by Donnelly at the last second. What a job by the defense of the Vikings tonight. That's why the score is 4-1. There's a shot. And knocked down by a shave. With 1:10 to go, 42 seconds to go in the power play. Some quick changes. So it's Otterbacher, Parkhurst, I believe Harrell. As a face-off will be to the right of Shave. Lucero and Sawyer Smith on the power play. It's going to be Burns, Pavlik, I think Jay Rivera, and Rocco Reed on the penalty kill. Puck comes out to the neutral zone, picked up by Kelly's Heroes. Finally touched by Harrell. Dumped back down again by Burns. Gets it between the legs of Lucero. Picked up by Wyatt Smith. Wyatt now bringing it up the ice. I'm sorry, Sawyer. Sawyer, not Wyatt. There's my guessing again. Pass it by Pavlik to Rivera. Rivera dumps it back down in the zone. That's going to be icing. No, it's penalty kill. Sorry about that. Not icing. He clears it. Otterbacher has it. Bringing it up the ice. And taken away by Rocco Reed. Otterbacher goes into the boards. Pass ahead to Burns. Burns now back out to Centarlis. Centarlis and Rivera, 2-on-1. Centarlis takes a shot off of Ethan Jones. 10 seconds to go. Puck comes out the neutral zone. Picked up by Otterbacher as he was waiting in the wings. Shoots. Blocked by Logan Shave. 2-1, and that's the game, folks. Villagran Vikings take this one with a final score of 4-1. And now it's Kelly's Heroes needs Top Shelf to lose in order to retain possession of second place. The Vikings have solidified at least fourth. But anyway, no, thank you. What a game. What a game, folks. Thanks for joining. Again, coming up next is Sharks Blue and the Ice Bulls. This game will feature the high-powered offense of the Sharks, which are in first place. They will not drop out of first place even if they lose. But the if the Ice Bulls could get a stronghold on 5th place if they win tonight. So this is Ted Boggs. Thanks for joining the Hockey Sports Network's broadcast of High School Hockey Night in Tampa, our first game of the night. Again, the final score here, Villagran Vikings 4, Kelly's Heroes 1. Coming up in a little bit is going to be our interviews with Kane Otterbacher. And later on tonight, Jerry Wilkerson. Again, this is Ted Boggs. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you back here very shortly.